With the complex world that we live in and the indefinite choices that we have, what's your advice to finding a partner? I'm talking about romantic partner. Lots of people I've seen around, they always have the fear of missing out on being with other partners, and then the high expectations, the high standards that's going on around. It just sounds harder for people to be in a committed, serious relationship now. It's decisions are burdens. When you have so many options, it makes it hard to choose one.
Ah, yeah. So there's a few different issues there. So number one is how to find a partner. And number two is how to then be okay with this. So your question, you have a double-barreled question here. So how to find a partner and how to be okay with that choice. And yeah, so I'm
First,
gonna be
how to find a
real.
partner?
How to find a partner. I mean, I don't think that I can shed light on that any more than any other, kind of self-help kind of people. It's the same advice that anybody else would give, which is number one, getting out there, working on the hobbies that you feel passionate about. I think that more so than anything else, you need to put your energy into the things that bring you joy. And when you're resonating at the joy that you're feeling from doing those things, you're much more likely to sort of attract this person into your sphere of existence. So doing the things that bring you joy, number one, and really leaving your apartment, which is really hard to do right now. But
Yeah, love in the time of Corona.
yeah, love in the time of Corona. Yeah, it's our modern take. So, but really, like, I think when you are starting to think, oh gosh, I want a partner, I would say working on yourself and really becoming the kind of partner that you want to attract. So a good exercise would be to, I love lists. I'm a list person, being a words person. Make a list of all the things that you want from a partner. And then ask yourself some difficult questions like, am I like that? Do I have these qualities? And if the answer to that is yes for some of them and no for some other ones that are on your list, then maybe your project right now should be based on, getting to a point where you're actually able to offer the things that you're seeking to receive from a partner. And then in the process of actually doing that, you'll find that it's not that you it's not even so much that you need a partner, because you'll become much more self-sufficient, and then your list will change and become more fluid, and you will change and you will become more fluid as a result. So number one, working on yourself. Like if you're single right now and you're like, oh, I want a partner, why can't I get one? Start with that. Start with making a list of all the things you want. Really, really go crazy. Make it, 100 items that you want. And then really ask yourself, like the questions that I said, like, do I have these things? Can I actually offer that? Maybe make a separate list of the things that you bring into the relationship. And then when it comes to actually like keeping your partner and like not having FOMO, well, I think that that is a little bit more complicated, because one of the things that prevents us from really like settling into a relationship and being comfortable is the fact that sadly a lot of us see partnership and our partners as commodities. So I really love the book The Art of Love by Eric Fromm, and he's like a psychoanalyst from like the 1940s, I think it was. He's like psychodynamics. He was a follower of Freud. So like not take everything that you read in there with a grain of salt. But one of the points that he mentioned that really resonated with me is that, yeah, like in a capitalist economy, we also tend to extend that capitalism into the private sphere. So rather than looking at people as like divine beings that are like emanations of uh like God crystallized on earth and like stardust in like a human body, and really seeing the infinite potential of every single person you come into contact with, we're seeing people as commodities that add a certain level of prestige or comfort into our lives. And I think that a lot of the FOMO that people experience is precisely from that viewpoint, is from looking at your partner as a collection of traits that you get something from. And that's the thing that you should do battle with. If you ever want to be happy in a relationship, stop seeing your partner as an accessory to your life and start seeing them as a divine being. Start seeing them for all of the beauty and all of the magic that they offer to you. And I'm not saying gloss over the negative things. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that in order to get and keep love, you need to change the way that you look at the world more globally. You need to look at the world in a loving way. You need to cultivate a sense of compassion for yourself, for your friends, for your community, for the world. That's why it's an art of love. It's not something that you can just singularly direct towards a romantic partner. It's a lifestyle. It's the way that you connect with everything and everyone.